Hi everyone, this is Nishant. Welcome to Avid Education Academy. We were in the last two chapters, we had learned about HTML5 and we'll continue from there on. In the last two videos, if you have not seen them, go to the description and you can find the links of them. Start from there and then you can come on this video. On the first video, we had discussed about how to write HTML code, what is HTML and how we can become a web developer. In the second video, we had learned about some more important topics about HTML5, and today we'll be continuing with the next topics like learning about the images and inserting the links and all others. Let's get started. So if you have seen my older videos, then we were taking w3schools.com as a base model to learn about HTML5, and we had covered these points till now. And today we'll be starting with images. See, it's always said that images, or the image says 1,000 words than compared to a text. If you want to express something, use an image. So, see how we can insert an image in a web page. That is the main thing to be learned today. Here, HTML images. Image can improve the design and appearance of a web page. That is what I was saying. So, let's see, there are three images there. One is of some house, a girl on the back side, maybe a boy, I don't know, and one more image. So these are three images, and how we can use these images. An image can be of a JPG format, a PNG format, and nowadays it is a very common format called WebP, which is a compressed web image. So we can use that also on a web page. How we can call an image in a web page? The tags are pretty simple. As we had discussed earlier, start with an angular bracket, then your code, and then it closes with an angular bracket. So here's an example. As I was saying, angular bracket start, img src equal to, then a double quote. In a double quote, you have to define the path of the image. What is a path? If you have to go to some place, if I want to go to my home, then I must know my address. This is where the path comes in. You have to define the path, the roadway. कि हम कैसे पहुंचेंगे वहां तक. This is how we do it. So angular bracket start, img, give a space, src denotes the source of the image equal to, in two quotes we'll be putting the image name along with the extension. See, if the image name is pic underscore truly.jpg, then with this image will come. If I am putting an image of a box and the image name is box, then it will be box.jpg. And what is alt tag? See, the alt tag defines an alternate way of the image. If in any case image is not visible, then the alt tag will be visible to the user. So the user knows that this is what we are referring here. Let's see. Let's give it a try. See, the same HTML doc type is HTML. HTML to HTML, then body to body. Head part they have skipped, and that is an optional part which we as a developer, as a professional, we always use the head part. In the body part, they have written an h2 tag which defines the heading of the image, and then they have called this image img src equal to, in double quotes we have picname.jpg alt tag. Then we can also define height and width of the image. If I change this property, the height and width will be adjusted. And see, the images are always in a proportion, like an image would be of this width and this height. So if you will only define one property, then other will be automatically proportionate. Fine. So this is how an image is displayed. And one more thing, if an image is there on the same folder where your web page is residing, then you don't need to give a path. But if it is in a nested folder, then you have to define a path. Let's say, or maybe as a professional, you always make hierarchy. What is hierarchy? You make a folder called images, and we put all the images there. We make a folder called CSS, we put all the CSS files there. We put a folder JS, then we put all JS files there. And if you are doing some sort of programming, then we put include folder where we can put a function file, a config file, or maybe other important files which you want to include at all the places. That we will be discussing in dynamic programming. But at the moment we are only discussing about the basic HTML. So if the image is in the same folder, you don't need to define the folder path, and if it is in a folder, then you have to define the folder. So you can see with this example, this image is in the same place where this image resides, this page resides. So it is showing the image. This is how you can show an image. Quite simple, right? Let's move ahead. Image map. You have seen maps. See, if you have an India map and you want to denote Rajasthan in that, then how do you click there? You have seen multiple maps where if you go, take your mouse to the Rajasthan and then click on Rajasthan and Rajasthan map will open. This is called mapping of an image. So we'll see HTML image maps. See, here is an image. It consists of a MacBook, an iPhone, and a coffee. So with this image, we can define 3 maps, maybe 4 maps, 5 maps. But here, for an example, we are defining 3 maps. One denoting the laptop, one the iPhone, and one is the coffee. How will you write the code? You need to know the coordinates of the place. See, in this image, here the laptop is starting. This is the starting point. So there would be some distance here and some distance there. It is x-axis. This is y-axis. If you have learned mathematics, it is a basic mathematics where you learn the axis x and y-axis, and that is the z-axis. We are not talking about the z here. X and y. So this is the one point. This is the width. This is the height, and this is the end point. Fine. So what we have done, we have set img src, the path of the image, then some alt text as discussed in the last class, in few minutes back, and use map. Use map will define the map area which will be embossed on that image. Fine. So use map, I have given hash work map. This hash work map is an ID or identifier of that object. So this map here we have given name work map. So this work map is the same work map. We'll be only putting an hash. We have seen when we are creating the hyperlinks, you can also bookmark a page or bookmark a particular area of a page using this hash sign. So we are using the same hash sign, same method. Here area shape, we can define the shape like rectangle, a square, a circle. So let's say rectangle. So RECT denotes the rectangle. Then coordinates, which I was talking about, x and y. So here this is x, this is y, this is the width, this is the height. So let's imagine that image. This is x, this is y, and then width and then height. Fine. So this is x, this is y, this is the width, this is the height. So we have defined these 4, and we have also given a link href, which we had discussed in last class. Href equal to computer.html. What will happen? See, whenever a person will see this image, he can take the mouse over the laptop, and this laptop coordinates are defined here, and when you will click on it, it will go to this page. Quite simple. Second area, we have defined coordinates of 290, 172. 290 is the x, 172 is the height. You can change these values and act accordingly. Fine. 333 is the width, 250 is the height, and we have says alt phone, this is the phone, and then a page called phone.html. This way you can set multiple maps, multiple locations. Like if you are putting an India map, I can put some coordinate left and right, x and y, and then set a width and height for Rajasthan, for Delhi, for Jammu Kashmir, for Punjab, and when you will click on that, we can have a page called Delhi.html, maybe Rajasthan.html, maybe Punjab.html, maybe Madhya Pradesh.html. So you are defining an area, a confined area, where if a user clicks, then it goes to that page. That is called image maps. It is not that often used in the market nowadays, but earlier it was very common. The next thing is background image. See, you have put an image on the foreground, but what if you want to put an image in a background and then you want to write something over there, you have seen multiple sliders. We have a main image slides and a content is there on that image. How they do it? How they achieve it? Quite simple. They put an image in a background and then in the foreground they can put some text, maybe some other image, maybe some other design. Depends on the designers, how creative they are. So this HTML background image is how we can call them. See, a background image can be specified for almost any HTML element. So, for all HTML elements, you can simply write style, double quotes, and then give a path, which will come in the background. Fine. What is the tag of this? Suppose let's have a paragraph, and I'm putting in background image to this paragraph. So, style equal to, in double quotes, we have background dash image, background hyphen image, column, and then we'll put the URL in the brackets. I've given the image URL. So this image URL will be available in the background. See, let's see. So this is the paragraph because the content consists of this much height. If the content would have been of 4 lines, then this would have been 4 lines only. Let's see this in action. I am removing these 4 lines. So it is now 4 lines. It should be of this height only. See, there it is. So only 5 lines, and whatever the image is, see the image is quite big. So that's why you are not able to see that image. But if you want to see the full image, I'll put some more content. So now it is height. Let's run and see the image is coming. Text is coming on the image. This is how beautiful it started to look. We will also learn about padding and margins. What padding does? Padding does, it gives a space here on the left, on the top, on the bottom, on the right. You can define it to make it look more beautiful. So let's see if I want to give padding here. Padding say 40 pixels, right? So what will happen? See, if you want to put multiple styles, you just need to put a semicolon, then you can write the next style. Okay, let's learn it. So you see the padding is there. Padding is within the cell and margin is outside the cell. Simple. See, started to look good. This is where the creativity comes in. You put padding, you put margins, you put styling, you put backgrounds, and it started to look good. Okay. So we were discussing about picture element, and on this picture element, what it does, it is quite similar to IMG SRC tag, but with IMG SRC tag you can have one image. With this picture tag you can have multiple images based on the screen size. Quite simple. We have already discussed about bootstrap and responsive layout, where whatever designing you are doing on this web designing part, you are doing it for a browser which is compatible with your phone, your tab, or your PC. So with this picture tag you can define multiple images and it will show an image based on the screen size. How it will do that? Let's see. See this. If you are opening this particular tag on a laptop, it will show this food basket tray. If you do it on your tab, it will show a car, and if you will see it on your phone, it will show this guy, whoever he is. So how to write this code? Well, the process is quite simple. You will start with an angular bracket, picture, angular bracket close, and then here the picture tag closes. Whatever we will write in this, we can define multiple sources of the image. With this source media equal to, in double quotes, we are giving the condition. Here we are saying that if minimum width is 650 pixels, then it will show this SRC set. Here image food image will be visible. Okay. On the next part, if the image size is, the screen size is minimum width belongs to 465 pixels, then it will show this car image, and if you have skipped both the conditions, then it will show this girl image. Let's see it in action. So here we are. Because my screen size, I have zoomed it so you can view it properly. It is showing this car image. Fine. And if I zoom it more, it will show this guy. And if I reduce it to the actual screen size, you see the image has changed to this vegetable tray. This is how the picture element works. You define multiple images with in accordance with your screen size, and then it will show the image based on your screen size. So sometimes you see a website which shows a big image on your laptop, but when you will see it on the phone, it will be completely different. This is how the designing comes in. We make it responsive. Fine. I'll zoom it again for your comfort. Okay. So the next topic is Favicon. What is Favicon? Favicon is a small image which can be seen here along with the address bar, along with the tab of the address bar. See, you can see this image, you can see this image. So as the definition says, a favicon is a small image displayed next to the page title in the browser tab. Okay, next to the page title. This is the page title, and it is just before the page title. And how you can create a favicon? There are multiple free websites, like one is mentioned here, favicon.cc. You can go to the website, upload your logo, and it will automatically create a favicon for you. Use that favicon wherever you want. See, with this example they have shown this is the title. Just before the title, you can see this favicon. The way of incorporating favicon is we'll put this code in the head part. Link rel equal to icon, that denotes that it is an icon. Fine. Type what kind of item we are putting. They are putting image oblique X icon to denote that this will be available to all the devices. Fine. And href, where we are putting the path /images /favicon.ico. ICO denotes the icon format. Like JPG, we have a JPG image. With PNG, we have a PNG image. With ICO, we denotes to an icon. Okay. So since that icon is stored in this images folder, we are putting /images /favicon.ico. Okay. So let's see it in the action. They won't be able to show an example of this because it is already there. They cannot put it in a dummy browser. Fine. But this is how we do it. You can go to Google and say, I want to put in favicon. It will show a website. You upload your logo. It will create a favicon. It will also give you these tags just below that. Copy those tags, put it in your website. There are multiple things available on your website. You can use them. And very soon we'll be discussing ChatGPT also, where you can do these kind of coding automatically. How to do that, we'll discuss very soon. The next and very important topic is HTML tables. Every design has a structure. And how a structure is created? With the rows and then columns. Simple. Your Excel completely works on this concept. You have multiple rows, you have multiple columns, and you put data according to that. You use that tables in your Word also. Since decade we are using these tables. And how we can create table with HTML? You can simply write the code. You can create a table. You are completely free to design, to set in and execute it. How we do it? See. HTML table allows web developers to arrange data in rows and columns. Rows, columns. Okay. See, here is an example of a table. Here, this is the heading, company, contact, and country. They have given company names. Here they have given the contact details, contact person name, and then a country with whom they belong to. Now, how to create this table? Okay, quite simple. Angular bracket start, table, angular bracket close. Then at the end, we'll again put angular bracket start slash table, angular bracket close. So a table started and a table ended. And in that, we'll create a body where we'll have this table rows, then table columns. First, you will have table row, and then you will put table columns. So this TR denotes to table row. And then under this, we have two elements. One is TH, that is table heading, and one is TD, that is table data. So let's say TD, TH, company, then TH close. One column is there, one table heading is there. Then another table heading, TH, contact, TH close. Then again TH open, country, TH close, then TR close. So one row is completed. Started here, ended here, and have three columns. Right? One column is company, second is contact, third is country. Since we are using TH, that is table heading, it will always be bold and look quite impressive. And if you are showing the data, then it will have TD, table data. See, here started with TD, some company name, TD close. Then TD, some contact name, TD close. Then again TD, some country name and TD close. And then TR close. So one row completed. Now one more row. How many rows you want to put? You can put with the information. Right? Let's see it in action. See, skip the other things. Let's concentrate on this table. We have set a style called width 200%. Now you have learned with particular previous experience and previous topics that styling can be done on almost all the elements. Fine. So this is TR and these are three headings: company, contact and country. And then there were two table rows, 1 and 2, and you can see the data. I want to add one more table row. How to do that? See, with web designing or programming, you can always do best thing of developers, copy and paste. Let's copy and paste. Now, let's put the company name. So, that's the company name. Okay. Who's the contact there? That's me. That's let's Nisha. Okay, and which country I belongs to? That's India. Okay, fine. Let's run this page. So it should have one more row here with my company name, my name, and the country name. Let's do it. Let's run it. So you see, a table row is created with three table data. With web solutions is the company name, and then contact you see the short, and in the country you see India. This is how a table is created, and you have to practice this multiple times. Or if you don't need to, if you don't want to, by the time you will learn, because everywhere every designing aspect will require two elements. One is division. We'll learn how to create divisions, and this table. So either you can use a table or you can use a division. Preferred method is division nowadays, but you must know how the table structure works, because division will also be in the similar kind of fashion. We'll see how the column and rows are created there, but the method is quite similar. But since it is an important topic, it has multiple topics, multiple things. Although I have explained you all of them, we'll quickly complete them. Table border. So if you want to put a border to this table, you can simply write table THTD. So the border will be applied to table along with the heading, along with the table data. All three objects will be automatically confined within this. So we have given border, and there are three properties of it. First one is the size, second one is the pattern, and third one is the color. Okay. So this is a table. We have these columns, we have these rows, and you can set the border. See, it has a border, if I only want to put border to this part and you don't want to put on this, we'll remove this TD. Okay. So now it will have this style to table and table heading only. See, the borders have gone. So this is how you can design, you can define. I want to put a border, but I want to put on this part only. How to do that? Or maybe on this TR. So let's say style. Then how to write that? Border, column, then how much? 2 pixel, 2 pixel width. Then design, I want a dashed one. Okay. Earlier they had a solid one which is completely fit. A dashed one will have dashed. And then a colors, let's say blue. Okay. Let's run it. So we have a border here with the dashed pattern in the blue color and 2 pixel size. Next, table size. How do you define a table size? So there are multiple sizes. See this, a small column, then a wide column, then a small column. Here we have three columns, 2 wide, 1 small. So you can simply define in percentage. You can put in percentage like 20%, 60%, 20%. It becomes 100. Then you put like 40%, 30%, and 40%. Then it will be fine, but that won't be wrong because it will exceed the 100. So 40, 40, and 20. It should not exceed 100. And similarly, here they have 60, then 20, and then 20. So you can define the width, or you don't need to define it in all the columns. You can put it on the parent one. See what they have done. They have not defined it. If they will not define it, then it will be based on the content of the table data. See, this is not defined, so it's based on the content of it. If I want to define it, let's define. So I say width equal to 30%. Okay, and then again 30, and then here at 8 I want it to be 40%. So 30 and 30, 60, and 40, 100. So let's run it. So you see, it has stretched. This part has become 40%, this is 30, this is 30. So you define, you decide how to put the width. This is one way, which is parent property, or you can do one more way, that is called styling. Here I can do style equal to double quote, and I can put in width here. How? Width column, let's say 70%. Okay, and this is 15, 15. Okay, but this is not a proper way. You should either use the style all the places, or you should use the default features. Like I am using style, which is the common practice nowadays. Okay, this is 15, this is again 15. So see, this is 70, this 15, this 15. So you decide the size, and according to your choice you can set it. The next one is table headers. I've already told you about your table headers. You'll put th, and that will become a table header. Here I want this column also to be table header. So what I'll do, see, with this calendar kind of table, we have headings on the top with the weekdays and on the time. So what I'll do in the code, this entire is th. This is not the table of this. They might have shown table somewhere down. maybe let's make a table first. Okay, this is the table. I want these also to be table headings. What I do, I change this to th, then we'll close with th, and again we'll have th and close the th. Okay, see, these became the headings and these became the heading. So you decide according to you that what you want to make in heading, what you want to make in table data. This is how table headers are defined. Padding and spacing, we had already discussed that on a table data is always touched to the border. If you want to keep some space, let's set table padding. See, here we have table padding. So space is there, space is there, space is there, space is there. So it looks good. Here we have cell spacing. So the cells have spacing, but content does not have any space. So that is cell spacing, that is padding. Okay. Let's see, if I am putting padding 15 pixel, 15 pixels, so it will apply to both th and t. Here you can define it. If you want to define in a different pattern, then it will be padding top, then bottom, then left, then right. If you don't want to define it this way, you can define all four properties one go. That will be top, right, bottom, and left. This is how it is clockwise manner. Let's see one example. Okay, this is how. If you don't want to define it like this, then simply say padding, then define the properties 20 pixel, then 30 pixel, then 40 pixel. Okay. Well, see, we have 10 pixels from top, 20 pixels from right, 30 pixels from bottom, and 40 pixels from the left. This is how it goes in clockwise direction. Call span and raw span. How call span and raw span works? In Excel or Word, what you do? If you want to merge these two columns, select these two and then click merge and center. Here you cannot do that. You have to write a code for that. So if you want to span two columns, to merge two columns, you have to put a code called call span. If you want to merge two rows, it will put raw span. Okay, let's see. Here is an example. I want to merge these three rows. Then what I'll do? I'll do raw span here. And if I want to merge these two columns, I'll do a call span. Here is an example. See, there are three columns here: Jill, Smith, and 43. Then Eve, Jackson, and 57. So there are three columns there. Here I have done call span 2. So first two columns will be spanned, that will be merged. See, these two columns are merged. Okay, how they are merged and why they are merged? Because we have written call span. Okay, so now this column will consist of two columns space. Two columns are merged and then a name tag is there. Then let's see raw span. This is raw span. So these two rows will be there. This will have only one column and this will have two columns. See, these two rows have been merged into a phone number, and then we have these phone numbers. So how the code is there? The first one have two, name and Jill. The second one have again two, phone, and see, it is aligned to this. So phone and the phone number is there. With the third column, we don't want an raw here. So it is spanned here, it will not show here. It will only have one value. One is already spanned. So it is showing name, Jill, phone here, and then these two rows. So these two rows are merged, and that is how it is done using raw span 2. If you want to have one more row, then you have to span raw span 3, and we will have one more row. See in action. See, now We have three rows merged together. Okay, quite simple. Table styling, we have already discussed how table styling works. You can put zebra strips that we talked about dashed, and we can also use these kind of styling. We can put CSS. Well, when we will learn Bootstrap, I'll tell you how to put simply one class name and then entire styling will be done. You don't need to do the coloring of each and every column. See, they have given this CSS, but in the next classes I'll tell you how to use Bootstrap and how to skip these all coding part, and you can simply put on class and it will be done. So don't put your head into this. I'll tell you the shorter and smarter way. This is column group. If you want to group these two columns, you can simply use the table call group feature. This is a column group and this is span to 2. Okay. See, these two columns are grouped together. These two columns are grouped together, and then we will have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. These two columns grouped together, and we have put in property called background color. So these two columns will have a color on the background and they are grouped together. So this is how a table is created. We'll end up here because it will become a very long and boring class. So we'll start with the other topics in the next class. But for the time being, you keep on practicing the tables, how to create a table, how to put in rows, how to put columns, and keep smiling until the next class. And meanwhile, if you haven't seen the previous two videos, please go ahead and see the previous videos. Start from the scratch so you know how the things are going. And after learning this HTML5, and then we'll continue with the CSS and JavaScript and maybe with the PHP, Python and other languages, you will become a good web developer. So do it, study it, and whenever you see these videos, try to implement these on your system. Okay, so goodbye for now and we'll meet in the next class. Thank you.